Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Shafiq. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. You will get to know a lot of information. If you are a returning subscriber, I thank you very much for coming back. So today I'll be taking you through the process of how you can file a case against your employer. Many people think it is very difficult to file a case against your employer here in UAE, but that is not the issue. The government of UAE is very committed to resolving employer-employee disputes, and it has a very transparent process that you can follow and does not require any fees. But you need to know these things before you think of filing a case against your employer. One, you must be ready to lose your job. If you're not ready to lose that job, don't think of filing a case against your employer. Secondly, you must meet all the costs. There are no costs involved in reporting the case to the ministry, but you have the financial costs like feeding, transportation, accommodation, all this. Because now, the person who is providing you all this, you are reporting them to the courts of law. So you need to know all that. Secondly, the best way to resolve a conflict or a dispute between you and your employer is to reach out to your human resource department. First, reach out to your human resource department, explain your issue. They will also try to explain your legal stand and allow them some time to resolve the issue. If all this fails, then you have no any other option but to head straight away to the Ministry of Human Resource and Emiratization so that you can get justice and your rights are protected. Under which circumstances can an employee report or file a case against their employer? First of all, if you are working under unsafe conditions, unsafe environment, then you can ably file a case against your employer. Also, if your employer is violating the terms of the contracts that you signed, for example, you're getting delayed salaries, you're not getting off days, you're not working more than 8 hours and yet you signed it for 8 hours. If your employer is holding your passport, if you are pregnant and your employer is not giving you maternity leave, then you can file a case against your employer. There are two channels through which you can file a case or through which you can forward your complaint to the Ministry of Labor. One is through the call center. The ministry has provided the number 860 that you can call. The customer service will receive your call, will try to resolve the issue and advise you on what to do. If they fail to do this, then they will forward the case to the Department of Complaints. Then the Department of Complaints will get to you and try to resolve it. If all this fails, then they will have no option but to forward the case to the court, to the labor court. That is the first channel. The second channel is through the online complaint platform or the Ministry of Human Resource website, or you can even download the app. I'll leave a link in the description. So what you will do with this one, after you have downloaded the app, then you can launch the app and follow the prompts of how you can. The process is very easy and I will take you through that process at the end of this video. Once you have successfully forwarded your complaint through the application, you will receive a call from one of the officials from the Tafouk. Tafouk are centers which are licensed to receive complaints on behalf of the Ministry of Labor. When an official receives the complaint, they will reach out to you and try to advise you on what you can do. The best way is to resolve the issue amicably and they will tell you what you can do. If they fail, then they will also have to forward the case to the labor court. The court will then fix a hearing date and invite both parties. When the court fails, the court of course cannot fail, but when you fail to agree, then the court will make the final ruling. But always the court will make sure that there is a level ground, that you all come to a conclusion and resolve that dispute. The government of UAE is very committed to resolving employee-employer disputes, and once any complaint arises from an employer, they will swiftly come in to resolve that issue. Do not hesitate to fight for your rights. Do not hesitate to report in case you are working under ungood conditions. So those are the two channels. You can forward your complaint through the online channel, which is the application. I'll leave a link in the description. or you can call the call center 80060, which is a toll-free number. In the comment section, you can leave your comment and tell me what you would like to know. The next video will be how you can view your labor card, how you can see your employment contract, how you can see your Emirates ID. If you are new to this channel, subscribe. You will get to know a lot of information. At the end of this video, I'll take you through the process of the online application, how you can use it to forward your complaint to the Ministry of Labor. So after downloading the app from the App Store, whether you are using an Android phone or iPhone, you will now need to launch the app. So when you launch the app, this is how it will start. Now, you will not need to sign in or sign up because you may not have some documents that require you to sign up for an account. So what you will do, you will scroll down. You will scroll all the way down here, and then you click menu from below. Menu, and then you will come to services. All these are services that are provided by the Ministry of Labor. They range from employer, employee, as you can see, a domestic worker, for all those working in houses, and then you all have all the services at once. So because you are an employee, you will come at the employee section. At the employee section, you have a disability calculator, end of service calculator, my salary, complaint, employment certificate, my contract, and register. This is where you find all the information you require as an employee. So now, because you want to lodge a complaint, you will click complaint. Then complaint, it will have to load. You can find all that is needed. You will need to then wait for it. The fees, no fees are required. The conditions, no condition is required. The sector department, the code is called the labor sector or the labor offices. So you will come to apply for this service from below. Then when you come to apply for this service, you will wait for it to load. So at this point, you are now at this point you have to make the decision to either continue or stop at this point, because once you send this, there is no way to back down. So you will need to register your name and register your mobile number. When you put the name and your mobile number, they will send you a one-time password on that number you have entered here. So make sure you have the SIM card with you and you can access the messages. So you will input the messages, the one-time password that will have been sent to this number, and then you say verify OTP. Once that is finished, these two buttons here will become active. So you will then click to employee and continue with all the procedures. I cannot do that at this point because I do not have any complaint. I don't want to complain. So that is how you can use the mobile app. Download it. After downloading the app,